Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Gung Guns here, still rocking the beard because let's be honest, it's practically a national treasure at this point. Today, we're diving headfirst into wild world of Palworld Fabric to meet the Usain Bolt of ground mounts, the mighty Azurmane. Yes, I've gone full lunatic. I bred hundreds of these majestic creatures, optimized their speed stats to the absolute limit, and now we're about to see if they can outrun your regret after eating an entire pizza at 2 a.m. So buckle up, buttercups, it's time to unleash the beast and find out just how fast this turbocharged pony really is. Let's do it. If you are looking for people to play Palworld with, why not join the Mando community? We got our own server where you can team up, trade, and conquer together. Plus, after the new year, we're kicking off an epic Nuzlocke challenge. And guess what? You're all invited. All the details you need will be in the description of this video. All right, thank you for sticking around and sharing a few minutes of your day with me. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you. Yes, even the person who watches this at 3 a.m. while eating cereal out of a mug. I still care. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the chaos, and drop a request in the comments if there's any other pal you guys want me to poke, prod, test out. No problem at all. Anyway, let's move on to the blue lightning on legs, the Ferrari of Fabric Azurmane. Where can you find this majestic beast? Well, I'll tell you, but fair warning, capturing Azurmane is about as straightforward as assembling IKEA furniture in the dark after 3 glasses of wine. Azurmane lives at this location right here, as you see on the map. It is right above the Oculus Gate Tower in sight, and you'll notice him walking around just like that. However, and again, it's a big however, this is never a one-on-one rodeo. Oh no, this is a battle royale. Azurmane has a delightful habit of unleashing tons of AoE attacks that will literally summon every mob in here, and most of the time when I get him, it is a 1-on-5, 1-on-10 fight. So again, be prepared for that if you want to capture him yourself. As you see right here, he is quite strong, when you first fight it. But again, as you look around here, he will literally get every single one of these to attack you. So again, if you want to capture him, be careful. However, the way that I got him was via the breeding system. All the passives that I really wanted and the things that I wanted to test at the moment with the steed, I already had on my jet dragon. So I just passed down the jet dragon line with the blaze howl, and I was able to get Azurmane that way. However, you guys can really use any pal that you have that has those passives. Make sure to check the Palworld calculator. It is 100% up to date. I'll have a link to it in the description of the video. Again, I live in there. You should as well. It's a really easy tool. It's always up to date, and you can kind of find out how if you want to pass, a move, let's say, or a passive from one pal to the other pal. You can kind of find a tree in that way how you can do it. I'm gonna put it on the screen again one more time, the one that I passed. Feel free to copy it. Again, it's just how I did it, but there's tons of different ways to get to Azurmane. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. Now, as you see the one behind me, the bigger Azurmane, that is the alpha version. Again, I also have this one bred and it has all the best passives, and then the one that I'm riding is just a normal version. If I'm being honest, the reason why I wanted a ground mount was because of dungeons, and if I'm hunting certain pals, it's just a lot easier to hit him, off this mount instead of the jet dragon, because remember, you can't use your weapons when you're on there, and it just bugs out all the pals, at least it does for me. So what I was looking for again was dungeon pals that I can use for my dungeon runs and or when I'm hunting certain pals, and Azurmane is just perfect for it. Now, before I go anything further, just so you know, I also have the Fanglope Lux, and this thing is wicked as well. It is a lot faster, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot faster than one that I have, and it has that double jump. The only bad part about the Azurmane, as you see right here, it does not have that double jump at all. That is the only bad part about this pal. That double jump from Fanglope is just too overpowered. I know some of the others have it as well, but unfortunately this one doesn't. Anyway, let's move on. As you see right here, this is the passives that I went with. I went with Legend, I went with Runner, I went with Stamina or Infinite Stamina and Swift. The Legend, Runner, and Swift were a must. It just gives you, what was it, 15, 35, 65% speed increase, which is just ridiculous. And on top of that, I have Infinite Stamina for max stamina plus 50%. Here's the crazy part. I know there's a new one that just came out with 75%. However, unlike Fangalope, I never run out of stamina. I can literally hold down shift and speed boost and use my big basic, my main speed boost, I should say, and I will never run out of stamina. I have never run out of stamina on this mount because of this ability right here. And again, it's the Plasma Dash, is the exclusive dash from this pal. As you see, I've actually condensed it to 5 because I wanted to see it. Now, what this does here, and I'll actually show you guys here in a second, if I can jump over my little base here. There we go. All right, let's go over here. It's a little easier to see. So what's really cool is it is on your left control, and again, you can change this, but the dash, for me, because I condensed it, it's every 1 second. Oh shit. As you see, the thing is ridiculously fast. And you can keep spamming this, by the way. You can keep spamming it all you want. It will not ever run out of stamina. If you look at the stamina bar, it's not even at 99% because guess what? The little dash that you do, by the time it does that, it refills everything else. As you saw right there, you can actually kind of, skywalk with this. If you jump up and do it, just like so, you can cover a lot of land with this. So it's really up to you, with the Fangalope. Like, for example, let me jump back on the Fangalope so I can show you, because again, this one is just as fast. I've bred it with all the same passives. It is fast. It is definitely fast, but look at that stamina bar. It's coming down quicker than anything else. And it does have that little, thunder, speed boost or whatever. But it is, as you see, it's about a 15 to 20 second cooldown. So again, it's really up to you which one you want to use. I personally prefer Azurmane, and here is why. Not only can you do this, right? Every 1 second, you can dash to the sides, just like so. In dungeons, when I'm fighting in dungeons, especially certain bosses, and I'll show you an example of that here in a second, it is freaking awesome. You shoot him once, he's about to shoot, you go to the other side. Shoot him once, you go to the other side. You can literally dance around him or the boss, and it just becomes super, super easy to fight. And this is why I prefer this mount for dungeons than any of the other ones. The other thing is defensively. Defensively, Fangalope is not good. Let's just be honest here, okay? You can increase the defense. You can increase, my other save file. I actually condensed the original Fangalope. I condensed it, all the way to 4. I boosted up its defense. He was still getting rocked, man. He would get rocked in some of the, the bigger fights. Azurmane has a lot of defense. They really built it strong. He does not die as fast, or he can withstand his own. He does have some amazing moves as well, as you see right here. Here's that bolt blink that he has, and he'll just, anything in the area where he does that or around him will get stunned. He has the big lightning as well, which is kind of like a shooter, where you can just go just like that. It shoots and kills everyone, and then on top of that, you have the all thunder, where, yeah, it's just fantastic. We're gonna escape these guys because I already have about 20 of them and I don't want to catch anymore. But again, we're really, the pal really kind of takes a turn and makes it, it stands on its own, is this dash ability. Now I want you to again look at this really quick. When you initially get this pal, the dash ability will be 4 seconds long. Let me actually go back. Let me go back to my town, and I'll actually show you an example of it so you guys can see. As you see, when this is the big one, again, same passive as the other one. When you use the, it's a 4-second cooldown when you use that dash ability. As you condense it, you have to condense it. It will actually become a 1 second. Otherwise, it is a 4-second cooldown. So you need to invest a little time into this guy to make it really, really stand out. And again, it doesn't take long. I mean, I got mine in overnight. But when you do condense it, as you see right here, it is freaking fast. So again, really up to you guys which ones you want. Personally, for what I wanted to do, I am taking Azurmane all day for my dungeon run. It will actually fit in through all the walls and everything like that. Now, let's go and do a quick dungeon, and I'll show you how that looks like as well. All right, as you see right here, we are going to use this little guy as an example. And again, this guy is really freaking strong. It's the, I think you say it's Sylvages. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's give it a shot. And you're going to see what I do in these battles and why I prefer it. So as we'll get the first hit in, smack him. So I can probably kill him right here, but we'll just see how I do this. As you're hitting him, right? He does that. You can jump out of it pretty easily. Jump out of it pretty easily. It's super easy to like dodge all the attacks from it, where it's just gnarly, man. It just really is gnarly. Oh, stun him a little bit. So again, this is why I prefer it. And when he does take a hit, it is pretty freaking strong. Oh, that's a new, I've never actually seen that move before. That's a pretty cool move. Okay, but again, this is why I prefer this pal. It is just this little dash ability that you can do in the middle of the fights. The dash to the side, it is super overpowered. Yeah, they can't really do anything. Anyway, let me capture it. This is why I prefer this one over, the others, because when you're jumping with a double jump, I find that they can still hit you with a lot of those moves, and it's never the same. This is why, again, the Pegasus, or what I call Pegasus, the Azurmane, really stands out. All right, thank you, my friends, for spending a few minutes with me. This wraps up the video. Let me know in the comments which pal you'd pick for dungeon runs, or maybe hunting ground escapades. I'm always curious to hear your favorites, and who knows, maybe it'll inspire for the next deep dive. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel quite a bit. Until next time, take care of yourself, folks, and see you around, Space Cowboys.